What is up guys, Zach here from the Chaos Galaxy, and today I'm going to be going through the folder. Every concept, the card backs, packaging, mock-ups, everything I've ever drawn for the Chaos Galaxy trading card game sits in here. And today I'm going to go through it from start all the way to finish, which is the most recent card I've drawn. I've spoken about this before. I'd said in a video at one point, if my house was on fire and I could go and grab one thing, this would be it. This folder is the Chaos Galaxy. So I'll dive straight into it. Naturally starting, we've got the game's logo. This wasn't the first thing I drew for the game. I've tried to keep a lot of it in chronological order, but it makes sense to put this first. Basically, it's all hand-drawn. Even the type is hand-drawn. I found a font that I thought was cool. This was before I could use Photoshop and Illustrator and a lot of editing softwares when I was 17. Printed off a little template. Drew this planet logo in the middle. I couldn't mess up. If I messed up once, this would have been ruined. And then later when I learned to use Photoshop and stuff, put this logo around it, and this ended up becoming the card backs. This is an A4 sheet of paper. I'll compare them to actual Chaos Galaxy cards, so pretty big, and that's how I managed to get a lot of detail in that drawing. But that's the first page, the first thing you see in the game. This is just a little background I've made for just A4 sheets. Oh, that's some weird concept art for a friend's film he was making. That's it. And now this is probably the first thing I did for the game. Have a look at that. It's the prototypes for each of the planets. So there were originally going to be 6 planets in the game. So the sun's here. Shios closest to the sun. Barrow second closest. They were kind of the same. We then had the Sindel and Sindian concept, which was Balinx separated into Balarum and Balux. I'm glad I changed the name for those. And then we had Teros, or Terrant, which was going to be Gaios. And then Arcus. I don't know what Arcus was. Maybe Pelisium or something completely different. I guess there would have needed to be a water planet. But we've got Pulvid. These names sound so weird now. I've got other names for the planets, but Pulvied, I guess, was meant to be Roca, and Arcus, I think, Pelisium. Is there anything else in here? We then had, I guess, so another sort of prototype. We've got Fire Shios Red, Desert Barrow Brown. This was when it was more starting to take shape. We got Sindio, which was Sindian and Sindel, so that's kind of the same as it was now. Yellow and purple. Gaios, Ruka with the double O, that's changed, and then Pelisium. So yeah, you can see how the planets started to take shape. And then the next page is the actual first drawings of all the planets. There's the sun. I get a few questions about the sun. There it is. That's all you're going to see of it. But again, these are about sort of trading card size drawings. We've got the current final planets all out here. Pretty cool. These are the original drawings again. And then, so it's lucky I kept these safe and photocopied them to use these for my original video backgrounds, because me and No Name Friend were once making a video and I spilt water all over them. And it's a good job, yeah, these weren't the original planets, they were photocopies, because look at that, they're ruined. So yeah, don't use these anymore for obvious reasons, but these were my first video backgrounds. Oh, then this guy, Wagon. He was the first creature I started drawing for the game. I was like, every creature's going to be massive, it's going to take up an A4 sheet, the drawings are going to be perfect. And this guy was like a wagon and a dragon. Amazing. And then I replaced him, and he was going to be this sort of first mascot card for the game, and then I changed it to Drangel. Because I thought he'd be more fun. An early prototype for the night cards. This actually looks really cool. I might use that for something. Then some random Pelisium art, which ended up being for Evolve. I think this was from Evolvers initially. And then hopefully you can recognise this guy. Wagon didn't make the cut for the game, but you should be able to recognise this is early art for Humongous Ancient Rockman. It looks a lot fatter in these. And then on the back, some early concept art for, this is Drangel, obviously. That's Guster. Mango never made it into the game. This guy actually did, after 7 years. Blade Demon from set 5. And then this is a this ended up becoming one of the Dust Rogs. This was also a concept that I drew, but it looked way too much like Pot of Greed from Yu-Gi-Oh, so I dropped it. Kind of glad I did. And then this was, oh my gosh, yeah, wow. This was the very first set list that I did when I was just like thinking up names. Oh my god, there's so many here. Yeah, name, element, stats. This is mythical rare, rare, and legendary rare. And then effect, if the card had an ability or not. My gosh, we've got so many of these. So yeah, look at, I mean, Thousand-Eyed Fish, Fire Knight, Pyragon, ended up as Pyronite, Trenk, Cataplonk, Wagon, rest in peace. Wow, so many names here. Some made it into the game, some didn't. I think this was just me, like, bored typing away one day. Crazy Chicken Man. Commander Crossbones, Jellyfished. The Kaleidosaurs, they were a cool concept from an old TCG that were like dinosaurs, but more like rainbowy. And then, oh, these are like the specials now, which were the resources. Pointless. All these, so many here, wow. I've genuinely not looked at this for 7-8 years. Then these are just like random ideas for cards. The text seems to have messed up a bit. Anti-Juice, Boulder Dragon's Call. Then Atom Bomb was like Beast of the Black Hole. Some more random abilities. Yeah. It was a very early like spreadsheet I made for the game. This shouldn't be in this folder. This is old TCG stuff. Oh, this was another very early prototype for Chaos Galaxy. Which I guess is what these drawings were for. But yeah, this was an older card template. Pretty much the same. We've got names, stats, planet or water here, stars, and then info at the bottom. Yeah, this ended up being Tentaclon. I guess this was kind of like Cranchon. He looks pretty cool. Laviron, God of the Deep. Nice. This is kind of boring. This is a quotation I got for looking to produce the cards at a factory on like a industrial site near my house back home. I was going to print 2,000 cards for £100. I think that was a bit too much money for me at the time. But these were the initial prints they printed off from just Microsoft Word files I sent them. We've got what the actual cards printed out like, so you can see that like the actual ones that got mass produced were a lot brighter. And then yeah, these were the prototypes. And then this was for the starter decks. Yes, it was going to be like a point counter I was going to use in videos. So you start at 0 and then there'd be like a sort of dibber thing that moves up and down as you gain more points to win. These were quite cool actually. I ended up not sort of sacking them off when I moved to the production to the Game Crafter, because I was like, Game Crafter can't really make them. And then this is some concept art I did for a graphic novel that someone was making. Eventually the project kind of went cold, but this made it into the game as Soul Shroom. These two are yet to make it into the game, but they very well could do. And then this, these might come out in the game actually, but this was for Kiwi KJ's TCG community project that kind of fell flat again. So this is all artwork that's just sort of sat here doing nothing, that was meant for other purposes that didn't quite happen. And now we're on to the actual art. That was just the intro. So starting off, we've got every piece of art in set 1. Basically what I used to do was just draw a card on a piece of paper, cut it out, hole punch it, put it in this file, and just archive it, and then on to the next one. We've got Humongous Ancient Rockman there. It'd actually be good to get a card size for scale. So originally I was like, okay, the drawings can be like double the size of the card box, so Manflacky was about that. And then like literally got to the second card and was like, no, Humongous Ancient Rockman needs to be a beast. So I'll draw him massive. And then as you can see from the paper behind this, the cards just got bigger and bigger and bigger, as I wanted to add more detail. But that's how Humongous Ancient Rockman came out compared to his concept art. Then more stuff. We got Demented Chicken Guy. Orbov. So there were some colours that I didn't really have access to, and I've had to fill them in on Photoshop or Illustrator. So Orbov's turquoise. I didn't have a turquoise pen for the longest time, so had to fill that in by hand. I won't go through every card, I'll just go through the notable ones. Another one, didn't have a dark red pen at the time of making Vazuzu. Oh no, Tonnex has come out. Thousand-Eyed Fish. Bob. Transponge. Blarg. Some of these are tiny. And then here he is, the boy, Cranchon. An unfinished, very pale looking like albino Cranchon. Yeah, more of these. Some of them are backwards. Just go through notable cards. Pyronite. I actually think Pyronite was the first card I drew. I do say it's Manflacky, which is kind of a lie because it's just card number 1. But I think Pyronite was the first. Pal Farm, there he is. Melty Boy. Scythe Sect. Going through. I don't know why Gusta's so big. It's not very detailed. And then we've got some more iconic ones. We've got Drangel here. Sorry, I should be keeping a actual card in frame just for the size comparison constantly. But and then Viridius the Devourer, who I've hole punched upside down. He's a big one. And again, didn't have the right dark green to colour him in with. So I had to do that on the computer. Then after I kind of almost finished the creatures. Hey, look, there's Slush. Almost life size. After I've nearly finished the creatures, I ended up just moving to like drawing multiple cards on an A4 sheet. It was just easier to file, easier to keep track of. Apart from when this happens, when one drawing, start drawing it and then it goes into another drawing. This is quite a common theme, and a few people I've shown this folder to say it gives them massive anxiety that we've got Charge Blaster just destroying this Aeronite here. And I've had to sort of Photoshop my way around them. I create my own problems with this sort of thing. Here's Death. Some more out there. The Conjurers. So this is the first card for set 2 actually. Battle Conjurer. I drew him with set 1 and then thought I'd just wait for him to come out in set 2. Got the Combiners here now. With Tentaclon and Sucker Slurg. Some more resources. And there's Galaxy Crash itself. Oh, here's a bit of art that never made the cut. Some sort of like plant creature guarding field thing that I never finished. But there's Galaxy Crash. Slush Infestation, banned card. Blazing Ice Elixir there. And then, this was for the community TCG called Dreamscape, where a lot of the TCG creators in the community had to create a version of themselves as a monster for a card game. So yeah, this is me. I think I was called Master of Galaxies. And yes, I've got like loads of different planets. These aren't like exact lineups to the Chaos Galaxy planets, but you've got like sort of split planet, fire, rock, ice, whatever. And then we're on to set 2. Card 1 for set 2 is Bracktooth. Then Elite Drangel, the cover card for set 2. Some more art. Chronoknight. 2 cool ones here, Gigantros and Infinite. I've got an Infinite here. There's so much more detail you see when looking at the original art rather than the cards. I mean, this is what, like 4 times the size of this card. It's just, yeah. Some of the detail is annoyingly lost, but I guess there's nothing you can really do about that when you're making a card game with cards that are a couple of inches in size. Here it is, Wild Wing, the best card in the game. Also one of the longest cards in the game in terms of artwork. And that's that. And then the Knights. I think I was going to draw more Knights here, but then never got around to it. Some starter deck stuff mixed in there. We've got the Weathermen. Oh, there he is. Omnius. Yeah, he gets his own full page. Omnius, the Planet Abomination. Strongest creature in the game in terms of power, and one of the biggest artworks I've ever done for I actually think this is the biggest artwork I've done for the game. I'd happily say that. Do you know what? I'm going to put it into the side. Then some more set 2 goodness. Really filling out the pages here. This sort of thing starts to give me anxiety. Other things that didn't make the cut. Oh, there's a prototype for Waku Man. More, and then, oh, now we're moving past set 2 onto the starter decks. So this is the Polysium starter deck. Okay, and that's all you're getting in this video, guys. This was planned to just be like a 15-minute one-off video, but I ended up getting like 40 minutes of footage. So you'll have to stay tuned for part 2, and I go through everything after set 2 up until present day. And there's actually a lot of artwork at the end of the binder that's for new cards, or cards that didn't quite make the cut, that you'll probably see in the game at some point. So that's quite exciting. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what your favourite part of this video was. I just really love that big drawing of Omnius on the A4 sheet of paper. But thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you want to get your hands on any Chaos Galaxy cards, there'll be a link to the online store in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.